Okay, there you go. I'm sorry about that. Sorry. Hey Caleb, what's up, Tav? That earlier, we had to relive. Who else is here? I think earlier Barney and Ron were here. Just waiting for more people again. Starting the stream in 5 minutes. Nag-relive lang tayo kanina. What's up, Ignatius? Barney is back. Okay, sorry about that, Barney.
The worst car brand.
Ngayon ko lang nakita, Barney, what that translates to. It says, person turquoise waving. We should fix this one, chat. Kasi kasuin ka yan very soon. Stream starts in 3 minutes. So far, so good. We're not experiencing any lag. That's really what I'm trying to focus on. Because we're also recording the video. And with so many links open, natatakot ako na mag-crash yung stream or mag-hang tayo. Hopefully not though. One minute. Alright, chat, we're good. Nagload ba? Alright, okay, so welcome everybody to today's stream. We are going to be talking about some Geely drama. Now, to start things off, I want to set the record clear already. I am on the side of the victim. I am on the side of James, who we will be talking about a bit more as we go through this stream. Now, the reason why I side with him, you're gonna have to watch through the entire video para lang din malaman ninyo. But long story short, I don't want to go down the route of victim blaming. I truly believe that this guy was wronged and that right now everything is way overblown and there are things na sana may ginawa na lang earlier para hindi na naging ganito kagulo yung mga nangyayari. So everything, chat, started off with this Facebook post. Now, you probably already know this Facebook post. Hold on. Our shortcuts are not working. Give me a minute, chat, to make sure that the shortcuts are working. Strong start na sana eh. Okay, so hold on. Alright, so it all started with this Facebook post that James Afante, he has a lot of social media presence. His videos on TikTok go up to the thousands, 100,000s even, and with this one, even up to a few million. I think at this point it's at 7 million views already. But this is where it all started, post by James Afante. We are not going to read through the caption, but let's focus more on the photos. The caption will be explained better by a TikTok video that he posts a day later, or I think a day and a half later. So just familiarize yourself with the photos. Ayan. Basically, he's gonna show all these photos again. Mamaya sa TikTok video na papanoorin natin. But this is just evidence of his experience. Basically, may resibo lahat. na mga babanggitin niya. So, let's go to the TikTok video I'm talking about, which pretty much blew up. This is that video. And we're gonna skip through it, and I'll just guide you through, or I will walk you through what happened through most of this, what happens through most of this video. So there's this guy, James. We'll refer to him as James from now on. Hindi tayo feeling close. We're just gonna not say his entire name because we don't want to say that each time we have to talk about him. So James, right?
Ever, Geely Philippines do not buy cars from them anymore. Kung nagbabala ka guys, panoorin mo muna tong video to ko para malaman mo yung experience ko.
Okay, so again, everything in the caption in this Facebook post, he talks about, I'll keep it running in the background with a muted volume just so you could...
So meron akong post sa Facebook kagabi guys, and it turns...
Okay, I can't run it in the background. Mahirapan ako magsalita kasi malakas yung volume sa tenga ko. So I will just walk you through it. So basically, the car is about a year old by the time James talks about this. But 6 months ago, so 1 year and about 6 months later, the problems began happening. I don't want to get into the technical details kung ano talaga yung nasira, kung anong parte yung may problema, but the point of this post is, or at least his post, is to put focus on Geely's after sales. So I'll play the video again, this time at a different part.
Turns out na he called a mall mechanic.
This part.
Maraming argue, so I go with them kung ano yung solution. Sabi daw nila, kailangan daw nila i-drain yung gas and palitan yung filter, which is hindi naman sila nag-charge sa akin. And then after about 3 to 4 days, naayos naman nila yung kotse and na-drain na nila yung filter.
Okay, so just to put you up to speed again, ang nangyari, 6 months later, nagkaroon ng problema, pinadala niya sa Geely, sabi ni Geely, alright, let's fix this, may pinalitan sila. Now, a month later, nang pinalitan na ng Geely yung una niyang problema, so his first encounter, inasikaso ka agad ng Geely. About a month later, his car breaks down inside the mall. Now, in this mall, may mall mechanic na nakapagtulong o nakatulong sa kanya. And what ends up happening is, sabi ng mechanic, bukas na bukas, they figured it out. They figured out the problem, and sabi niya kay James, bukas na bukas, balik ka sa Geely, asikasuhin niyo to. And that's exactly what he did. Geely said, however, when James brought it to the dealership or yung casa the next day, sabi ni Geely, you know what? All is good. Actually, walang problema. But then, 1 week later, this happens.
Transaction na ito ng time to. Actually, papunta ako ng bangko ng time na to, Security Bank Libertad. Biglang nag-shutdown yung car ko sa kalsada. Yan, may kita naman ninyo guys, pinapato ko na nga. And
okay, so a second time, nag-breakdown. Actually, a third time, nagkaroon ng problema yung car niya. First time, pinadala niya sa Geely, inasikaso ka agad. Second time, nag-breakdown sa mall yung kotse niya. And then the next day, pumunta siya sa Geely. Sabi ni Geely, walang problema. And then ito na nga, a week later, his car breaks down again. So, the funny thing is, when you look at this picture, may makita kayong towing service dito. James goes on to say na actually, pati yung towing service, binayaran niya. He calls Geely, and I think Geely tells him, sige, meron po kaming towing service, and itutow na namin yung kotse nyo papunta sa service area namin or sa service center, wherever that is, or whatever that is. And then, James is like, okay, sure. Only to find out na siya rin pala yung magbabayad ng towing service. So, he brings the car to Geely again and finds out this time, ito nang dinala na syempre nakita yung notes ko, ito nang dinala na for the third time sa Geely. And he finds out that apparently may problema pala talaga. And then Geely said, this problem is gonna take maybe 2 to 4 months to repair. Actually, 2 months and nag-extend to 4 months and then 5 months. But then this entire time, according to James, 90% of the time, hindi daw siya nire-replyan. So yung 2 months na sinabi, may problema pala talaga, ayusin lang natin to, balikan mo na lang yung kotse mo, hindi siya pinapansin this entire time. Or kung papansinin man siya, he would be ghosted most of the time, according to this TikTok. Now, finally, he's had it. He goes to the service area himself. A little problematic on its own because that part wasn't explained too well. Kung bigla na lang siyang nagpakita, meron ba siyang authority to show up? May permission ba siya to show up? But here's where the problem starts because he finds his car parked in the service area, collecting dust, and almost as if walang nangyari sa kotse niya the past 2 to 4 months, or at least the past 4 months na nag-antay siya. I'll show you the picture or that part of the video where he fully explains that part, or where he fully explains this one.
From them, hindi nila ako inaasikaso. So, ito nakita ko. Ayan, nadatnan ko yung kotse ko. If titignan mo guys, tignan mo mabuti. Tignan nyo guys kung gaano kadumi yung kotse ko. Imagine mo, 4.5 month. Ganyan na yung kotse ko. Umulan, umaraw. Nakatirik pa sa araw guys. Hindi man lang kinovered parking. Ito nga sobrang alaga ko. Ito palagi nagkakawar. Tapos makikita mo yung kotse mo ganyan. Sinong hindi mababadtrip, di ba? Hindi lang dyan nagtatapos. Tingnan nyo to. So sinilip ko guys yung loob ng kotse ko and tignan nyo guys, pang natitirang milk tea, no? Antindi talaga. So ibig sabihin, uminom pa sila sa loob ng kotse ko. Tapos ito pinakamatindi guys, sobrang nabadtrip na talaga ako nung time na to. Number one, mayroon pang potato corner doon. Ayun no. Kita mo yun? Tapos ito yung seat nakabukas. And then yung fuel pump guys, ito, naka-open yung cover niya. Alam nyo ba tong bilog na to guys, sobrang daming naka-open na gasoline dyan na exposed. So imagine niyo guys yung amoy ng yung potato corner, amoy ng milk tea, amoy ng gas, no? 4 months na po yan dyan umiikot sa loob na naka-enclose na nakatirik sa araw. So for sure yung amoy niyan guys, kumapit na po yan dyan sa materyales, sa leather, sa tela, o sa interior ng kotse. Ayan, tignan nyo, nakikita nyo, yan o. Ito naman yung likod na part, di ba? Grabe talaga guys, sobrang tindi ng mga watermarks na yan. So shoutout sa Geely.
Okay, so at this point, it's very, very clear na problematic yung nangyari this entire time. Hindi talaga, we can only make an assumption na this entire time, hindi pinansin yung nangyari sa kotse niya. Pinark lang yung kotse niya sa service area. Maybe they looked at it, but they didn't really act on it. And so when he saw it himself, he documented it, and now he's showing it to us. In my opinion, the way he talked about it on social media, may galit. But I would like to think that the emotions there are justified. If you did see your car in that situation, na ganun yung itsura niya, you would be pretty frustrated, right? So I don't think that when he posted this on social media, he had malice intended. I don't think he had any intention in trying to make the Geely brand or trying to bash the Geely brand. Walang ganun na intention or pagmumakain silang masama talaga. This is just a guy frustrated and making a video about it kasi the post that he made the previous day, hindi raw gaanong pinansin or there wasn't much action despite it having been shared thousands of times already. Unfortunately for Geely, this meant millions of views on that TikTok instead. So let's look here in Reddit for a few posts or a few comments here. So this is the TikTok that we just watched. And apparently, the guy who had problems with his cool ray that went viral on Facebook posted a video on TikTok. And it's worth the watch if you planning to get one, or don't own a Geely. So already here, chat, nakikita ninyo na sobrang laki na ng backlash sa Geely. Most of it is from Geely's poor after sales. Poor after sales, however, isn't new in popular brands. But in Geely's case, this is a hurdle that might affect their future existence locally, since it was introduced a few years ago and has yet to prove itself to be a viable option amongst its competitors. So hopefully Geely fixes the issue. I know proud owners that have worry-free ownership. Also, Geely's presence locally gives other automakers some healthy competition to further improve their offerings. In my opinion, I like their design and price to feature ratio. So we go on and read the comments. And this one is exactly how I feel about what's happening on Geely's end as well. Natataranta na sigurado ang local dealer ng Geely. This is a huge hit sa pinaghihirapan nilang marketing. Lesson ito sa mga new brands entering the market: do not forget after service and warranties. All it takes is for one angry customer with a valid complaint to ruin your entire marketing effort and brand image in the Philippines. And then someone talks about the community of Geely, yung mga pro Geely. We'll talk more about that later. Um, we'll go on to the next thread, another thread very much related to it. So somebody posting the post instead of the TikTok, the Facebook post, and the comments here, basically rebutting the Geely defenders because the Geely defenders or yung mga fanatics started already bashing James for his complaint. Bakit parang nagiging default response sa mga Chinese brand sa kasa na you gassed up at the gas station that has dirty gasoline? I think we missed this part earlier, but according to James, 'di ba nag-breakdown yung kotse niya 3 times. The first time na nagkaroon ng problema, Geely basically said na, you know what, maybe naggas ka sa maduming gasolinahan. So this person talks about that, na dapat hindi ganun yung complaint, bakit parang scripted na, ganun na lang parati yung sinasabi ng mga kasa every time you bring their car messed up and it's apparently your fault. Okay na bago pa lang mga Chinese cars, pero the heck, matagal na yung cool ray dito sa atin, tapos yung handling pa din nila sa mga units ng after sales is shitty. So you see the trend here. It's not so much about the car itself but the after sales. And then it gets interesting, chat, because this character enters the picture. Si Geely Marites. All right? So you have to take note of that, yung Geely Marites natin, because I want to introduce to you the character here that kind of adds a little bit more drama and hot sauce to what's already beginning to blow up. This is the Geely Facebook page. And if you look at the Geely Facebook page, it's basically, Geely Marites Facebook page. It has a good amount of following, 24,000, probably a couple thousands just in the last few days. Itong Geely Marites na to, long story short, a pro Geely page. So they do very, very well in promoting Geely. One would think that they are an organic side of Geely's marketing. Parang no one really knows if Geely Marites Facebook page is a low-key official Geely product or a Geely marketing effort, or it's really organic. Either way, they do have the look na parang totoo sila, and everything is spontaneous and everything is organic. So that's good. But however, Geely Marites begins talking about James in an awkward way. Let me show you. It's in the next link. Ready na ang cool ray ni James Afante. So I think this is a day after the TikTok was posted, or a couple of days after the TikTok was posted. According to our ever-reliable kumare source from SGAP or Geely Philippines, available na ang parts ng ating very famous and talk of the universe kumare James Afante. So you see how they're talking, medyo loaded, very famous, talk of the universe, but then they end up writing the rest of the post really, really well. So the parts are in the warehouse all along, and now they are strengthening their technical audit para maiwasan ulit ang ganitong problem. Under investigation pa kung sino ang nagka-problem, Geely Makati or SGAP. Pero matindi pa din ang pagkakamali ng Geely Makati. Dito na hayaan na sumabog pa ng ganito. Anyway, Afante will also get free parts and maintenance and service. Is that what PMS means? Kaya naman pala, few days lang tapos na ang problem. Kaya naman pala ng few days tapos na ang problema. Well, it looks like Geely is trying its best naman pala to deliver ang kanilang goal na 5-star service. So you see how kind of backhand compliments or backhand kind of insults James a little bit over here. And then it also kind of says, you know what, guys, Geely has a lot of room for improvement. Kaya naman pala talaga nila gawin to. Marami pa silang kailangan i-improve. Please, gawin nyo din sa ibang Geely owners na ilang araw lang ayos na agad, yan ang 5 stars. Mga kumare, huwag kayong matakot na kalampagin at kuyugin ang service advisors and service managers ng dealership nyo. No one deserves the kind of treatment that James Afante had. So you kind of see how it's it's a little roller coaster, pasikot-sikot, a little low-key insult here, and then you know what, Geely, you kind of did a bad job, but you know what, kaya naman pala in a few days, yan ang 5 stars. So may onting pagkurot sa post na to, 'di ba? So one would think that I mean, of course, one would think that I'm just assuming things over here. Na after all, it's actually pro James, and everybody should be happy. It's a very diplomatic, it's sketchy, very diplomatic yung post. But then it gets weirder because Geely starts posting these things. Nag-crave ako ng potato corner plus milk tea. Lapag nga kayo dyan. And if you don't remember, earlier, nung sa TikTok ni James, nagko-complain siya na yung pinark niyang kotse or yung pinark ng Geely yung kotse niya sa service area, nung nakita niya nang hindi ginagalaw after 4 months of almost no contact, may pagkain pa sa likod ng kotse. So, Geely Marites starts posting weird posts like this. Meron din to. Alam nyo, napansin ko sa mga haters natin, yung mga nag-angry at laugh reacts sa mga magaganda nating posts, ang papangit, ang aasim ng muka. So you see how these posts are kind of weird. Asa na ba yung nagmamaoy na yun? Aayain ko ng shot para makalimot sa sakit ng nararamdaman. Meet up na lang dito sa tapat ng Geely. More weird posts with this one. O, diba? May milk tea, tapos may potato corner, I suppose, in their Geely. Di ba? So James follows up, and just like the previous post, we're not really gonna read through this. Instead, we are gonna watch the TikTok video that James basically updates us with, and this is where Geely Marites comes into the picture in the sense that in the way that James puts it, bakit alam ni Geely Marites yung pag-release ng kotse niya, whereas he's trying to have this conversation with Geely privately. Because Geely did begin reaching out when the TikTok went viral. So let's watch this.
First of all, gusto ko lang sabihin sa tao na wala na talaga akong tiwala sa Geely Philippines. Akala ko all this time habang nagko-communicate ako with Geely Philippines, akala ko okay tayo, akala ko nagkakaroon tayo ng cooperation, akala ko professional tayo. Pero all this time pala guys, lahat pala ng pinag-uusapan namin is napapublicize pala sa ibang tao.
So there you have it. James basically feels that whatever rapport na binubuo ng Geely with him to repair the problem was thrown out the window because enough information was leaked out na na-post ito ni Geely Marites. He goes on to say that Geely back-end, I mean, after all, na-leak na yung information na yun, sinabi na rin ni James na back-end, Geely actually is creating a package for him. A package that he kind of doesn't want to accept because of how for lack of a better term, it's kind of lame. And medyo lugi siya sa package na to. The package involves basically replacing all the parts that need to be replaced and to address the issue ng may amoy pagkain, amoy milk tea, amoy gas yung loob, may interior detailing, and then to address the issue na nabilad sa araw, tapos naulanan na, natuyuan na, magkakaroon din daw ng exterior na detailing. So for him, hindi enough yun because apart from that, chat, there is human capital that was wasted in this entire process. 6 months in the making, lahat to. And Geely doesn't want, at least according to this video, doesn't want to compensate James for that. And so finally, he ends this update with this one.
So alam niyo naman, nararamdaman ko sa baka may mga I don't know, hindi ko rin ma-explain yung nararamdaman ko right now. Wala akong magawa. As in, hindi ko rin alam kung paano ko kakausapin tomorrow pag tumawag kayo sa akin. Hindi ko rin alam kung...
So, basically, he now fears for his own life because ang dami nang, kumbaga, it became overblown. Rad did say na sobrang naging insane na yung issue that people started chiming in left and right, not really having enough facts to deal with. And right now, because of all the bashing this guy has been getting, medyo iffy na siyang lumabas ng bahay, and valid naman that he does fear for his security. Imagine a mob of angry people online, whether or not these people will actually do something to you in real life. Imagine 1,000 people threatening you online. Oh, it only takes one person to actually do that in real life, and you would fear for your life as well. So if that's not enough, chat, so meron na tayong Geely Marites, bigla pang papasok yung actual Makati sales executive with this post. It's loading, and I will read it out for you. So there's this si Jandre Boral begins talking about James as well and his own car. Sinabi ni Jandre, again, Makati sales executive to ng Geely. Una sa lahat, yung unit mo, hindi brand new binili yan. Bali, second owner ka na, okay? And yung unit na Coolray mo, na-enjoy mo na yan and napagsawaan mo na yung mga features niyan. At syempre, napasaya ka rin yan. Kahit anong brand ng sasakyan, siguro naman maiiwasan magkaroon ng technical problem. Kaya wag mo sasabihin na wag bumili ng Geely cars. Hindi ka naman pinilit ni Geely na bumili ng Coolray, di ba? And hindi alam ng lahat, pati guard, kung saan ka. This is the part where I told you na medyo sketchy. Na parang, I don't know how we really got to the service area. That part wasn't really talked about so much. And then, sa mga sinasabi mo na hindi ka ina-assist ng mga agents sa Makati, Sunday po yun. And maraming mga walk-ins sa pumpasok, kaya hindi ka ma-assist din ng iba. This is kind of a weak argument on its own kasi sinasabi ng Makati sales executive na when he tried to inspect his car on a Sunday, so talagang hindi ka mapapansin kasi maraming walk-ins on that day. And but then again, didn't they have 4 months, 4 to 6 months to work on this? Regarding sa picture mo na meron daw milk tea and potato corner, nung tinowing yung unit mo and dinala dito sa service and chinek ng technician, meron na daw milk tea and potato corner sa loob ng sasakyan mo. Okay, so what if nga, no? What if, ngayon ko lang naisip to, what if meron ngang milk tea at potato corner na sa loob ng kotse niya? Pati nila tinapon. Wouldn't that cause more problems? Kasi kung nabulok yung pagkain, it could cause molding inside the car. So it's quite weird because the argument here is just not solid. Isang technical problem, dami mo nang sinabi. And hindi mo naman binili ng brand new dito sa Makati. Hayaan mo, babantayan ko yung unit mo dito. Ako bahala. So this is a legit Makati sales executive putting out this kind of content. You already know how troublesome that will be. And according to Reddit, this guy will probably never be able to land a sales job ever again. Someone will get fired before end of day. Regardless if he's right or wrong, that's an immediate fireable offense. It's not like sales executives are hard to find. DTI case na lang yan para matapos. That guy needs to have a seminar on customer service 101. I thought I was reading a Geely Marites post, to be honest. Baka naman sila din ang mga admin ng Geely Marites. So you know how people are beginning to create conspiracies because nga hindi na-address yung issue ng maayos. Deleted post na bulok talaga after sales nila. Parang bahala ka na after mo bumili, di ka naman pinipilit. So 2 days after the viral issue, according to Reddit, wala pa ring nangyayari. Geely has been quiet still since then. Grabe yung comments sa Geely Car Club Facebook group, sinisiraan na yung poster. This is what I was talking about earlier, na binabash na rin si James. Mukhang yung mga admin sa group na yan, mga sales agent, imbis na tulungan member nila, mas kinampihan pa nila yung malaking company. The Geely owners feel like na inaapi sila. It's almost hilarious. So there is a lot of back and forth over here. Since all of these happened, there have only been two TikToks na pinost nung OP or ni James. One is this one because binabash siya na second hand yung kotse na binili niya, and he replies to it saying na, you know what, if you've done your due diligence, why are you victim blaming? If I made sure na okay naman yung kotse, if I made sure that this was maintained by Geely and nobody else touched it, shouldn't it be all right to buy second hand? Pero ngayon ang trend ng mga Geely fanatics, mga pro Geely, is to lambast James because he bought a second hand car. 'Di ba? This next post he made, basically is just him kind of addressing this silly issue or this silly comment na tanggapin mo na yung offer, then move on, bumili ka na lang ng Toyota, etc., etc. And he goes and says, you know what, that's actually a stupid thing to do because then yung kotse ko baka lang mapunta sa ibang tao, so forth and so on. It's just not the right thing. I don't even understand at this point kung bakit ina-address to ni James. So, chat, to end this stream, I want to give you my thoughts here. If it's not clear, I am on this guy's side because if it did happen to me and I was able to get a platform wherein millions of people would be able to see it, I'd feel pretty good because not only does that mean that my issues are justified and that there's a chance na maayos siya, but hundreds, if not a couple thousand of other people na nagkakaroon din ng problema, they too will find their justice in this. Now, speaking of Geely themselves, chat, I understand why they can't just give this guy a new car because at the back of our heads, the issue has already been overblown. Everybody's talking about it now. There's too much going on already. Let's just give this guy a new car and be done with it. They can't just do that, unfortunately, because if they do that, ibig sabihin, lahat din na nagka-problema sa mga Geely cars nila, papalitan na rin nila. And that's just not gonna happen. So, Geely Philippines, or at least the Geely brand, has reached this point kung saan all the actions that they do are gonna result in negatives. It's just now a matter of making a business decision that will yield the least negative impact on their brand. If they give this guy a car, talo sila. If they don't give this guy a car, talo sila. But what they should have done instead, chat, in my opinion, is, well, they should have addressed the issue right away. Either they should have responded with a corporate blanket statement or just address the issue head on. They could have just said, all right, we're gonna investigate this. Alam niyo yung typical corporate response, yung sobrang generic statement, but then they did address it already. So now people, because they did see an official response from Geely, as far as I know, wala pa, because they see that there's an official response, they no longer will make up all these random stories of about what happened. No more shit slinging. Nobody else will have to be brought into the picture. Chances are Geely Marites and the Makati sales executive will no longer get the kind of clout that's probably not exactly rightfully deserved. If only Geely addressed it in that way. They will still get backlash if they address it generically, but at least it's officially addressed. I mean, chat, we don't need to look any further because just last week, or at least this week, we saw this. And are we hearing anything after that? I don't think so. Potato Corner released their statement. It's a very corporate. We even laughed at it for a bit. Sinabi natin sinulat lang to ng ChatGPT. But this excuse me, this all happened a day after the issue, and nobody else is talking about it now. So that's what Geely should have done. Um, we should never victim blame. These huge companies don't care. Couldn't care any less about smaller players. That's why it's very very nice that this guy who complained and and got millions of views likely now represents other people also who have the same kinds of concerns, and mas malaki na yung chance that Geely will step up and take care of their after sales service. So that's all for tonight, chat. Pretty long stream. I'm gonna make sure to chop this one up, and so we can post it on on YouTube as a standalone video. Let me read through your comments here. Yeah, it does sound like an excuse. Again, even if Geely came out with a statement na puro excuses lang, the fact na may official statement will actually just maybe eliminate 90% of all the rumors and chismes and unnecessary shit slinging people are doing to one another over here on the internet. That's funny, Reynard. Sabi niya may trolls din pala mga businesses. So yeah, that's pretty much it for tonight, chat. Thank you for spending your time with me. I'll be going now. Again, have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye, Bien. Bye, Reynard, Brad, Caleb, Barney, Ron, Tavis, and everybody else. See you tomorrow. I see you on Monday. Bye bye. Yo, yeah, please don't forget to like the stream. Mikey like din ako. Bye, everybody. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to like.